Hello chaps, welcome to John Robson Guitar Tuition once again. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, as you can see, I'm covered in sawdust and sanding detritus. That's because I've been doing some work on the Frankenstein Telecaster. I can't show you it at the moment because I can't handle it, because I've been putting some finish on it and it's still dry. Anyway, where are we at? Well, basically the gloss poly finish, the heavy gloss finish that was on the guitar is gone. That's a lot of people were saying it was going to be nigh on impossible to get rid of that, but I have done it before a long time ago, and I remember kind of it working. The bulk of the hard work was down to my trusty orbital sander. But for getting into the the cutaways and stuff, or the cutaway and basically the curvy bits where that thing won't reach, it was just good old-fashioned elbow grease and lots of sandpaper. I also have done a little bit of reshaping on the guitar. You're going to see some pictures in a moment. The cutaway, I wanted to improve top fret access, and I was kind of hoping to go for like a PRS style scoop, and I started filing away at it using like a surform and a rough file, and it ended up becoming more of a sort of a radiused look that I liked, and I decided to transfer to the rest of the body. You know, it's the look I'm going for, as you'll see in these pictures, is kind of like a half-sucked lozenge kind of feel. It just occurred to me that a guitar, I've never ever on any guitar felt that it digs into me ribs, mainly I suspect because of the natural padding that I have in that area, but on a hot day when I'm sweating a lot, I can kind of sometimes get a bit of a welt on my forearm from the hard edge on this part of the guitar. So as you can see, I've radiused it off, and it looks really, I think, rather nice. I was a little bit worried that some of that there was still some of the gloss poly finish on there, because you can see there is a transition in colour from the radiused edges where I am down to, well, I know I'm down to bare wood. And was I down to bare wood on the flat surfaces of the body? I wasn't sure, but there's a very easy test that you can do, which is just put a bead of water on it, and if it kind of just sits on top and won't sink into the wood, then you know that there's obviously still some waterproof barrier there, i.e. some of the old finish, and you know you need to carry on and get rid of it. And if the water does kind of soak into the wood a little bit, I'm not talking about drenching, just like a drop of water, when you put it onto that part of the guitar, it just sank into the wood. So yeah, I don't know what's causing that that difference in shade from the edges to the flat surfaces of the body, but I know I am down to bare wood. The P90 pickup cavity, you can see I've routed that, and to be honest, it's not the neatest looking job, it has to be said. If this was going to be a pickup cavity that was on show, i.e. not going to be covered by a scratch plate, then I would have probably borrowed a router and done a better job of it, but I was just impatient and wanted to crack on with it, so chisels and a hand drill it was, I'm afraid. The wood tore out a little bit, you can probably see there, and you know, I've tidied it up as best I can, but it still looks a little homemade, although it has to be said it's still a damn sight tidier looking than some homemade guitars I can think of. Anyway, that's pretty much where we're at the moment with the body. Here is the new neck. First thing you'll notice is it's not the neck that I spoke about in the last video. That had a rosewood fretboard, this has got a maple fretboard. The reason I've gone for this is because the due delivery date on that other neck, when I bought it, when I hit the buy it now button, it was 21st of January due delivery date. And then when it was dispatched, the due delivery date suddenly jumped to sometime in the middle of March. I forget the actual date now, but you know, the moral of that story is don't buy stuff from China if you're in a hurry. This came from the UK and it arrived within a couple of days. 22 frets, a gloss finish, which I know some people aren't keen on, but to be honest, I've never had a problem with a gloss finish. I may, I'll see how I feel basically. I may kind of take the gloss back a little bit with some fine emery paper or something, just to kind of give it a little bit more of a satin feel, or I might just leave it as it is. I am going to have to widen out the tuner holes at the headstock. These are 8mm holes, and I've got a set of tuners to go onto the guitar which require 10mm holes, but you know, that's a 2-minute job. The main thing with the neck is the width of the heel. The old neck that I took off the guitar was a nice snug fit, and I measured that with a vernier caliper, and it came out at pretty much bang on 56mm. When I ordered this neck, it specified that it had a 56mm heel dimension, yet it is a ridiculously loose fit in the neck pocket on the body. So these are the things that you just have to deal with when you're building a parts caster guitar. These things are going to happen, and you have to find ways around it. What I'm going to do is I've ordered some of this stuff, an oak veneer with a heat activated adhesive backing. What I'm going to do is just basically pad out the neck pocket with this product, and hopefully make this a nice tight fit. There is going to be an amount of guesswork involved. I'm going to be putting the neck in and just trusting that the strings and everything line up and everything will be fine. If it doesn't, well, you know, that's not a disaster. It's a mere inconvenience. You take the neck off, you make the necessary adjustments, you fill the holes that you've drilled to mount it, and you realign it, drill some more holes and mount it again. It's, you know, it's a hurdle in the way, but it's not a big deal. Frankly, it's not something that's going to stop you from finishing the guitar. The neck itself it looks fairly good. I've been over the frets with a fret rocker, and there's not there doesn't seem to be any high points or anything like that, so I'll probably get away without having to do a fret dress. I will, however, be using a fret end file on the edges of the frets, because there is a little bit of fret sprout, but other than that, you know, I think it's going to come together really rather well. I've got all the rest of the components here, the pickups, well, I say all the rest of the components. The control plate is that engraved control plate that you saw in the last video that I've ordered is taking a while to turn up. I have got a plan B for that though. I might use some of that oak veneer over the original control plate to kind of give it a wooden look. I haven't decided yet. It will evolve as we go along, I'm sure. Anyway, that's pretty much it today for a progress report. It's coming together nicely, and I'm getting kind of excited about this now, and waiting for it to be finished. It's going to be good. So I'll leave it there for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I just want to say a big shout out as well, actually, to someone who has donated a rather nice multi-effects pedal to Guitars for Good Causes. You know who you are. Thank you very much. There's going to be a competition coming up where you can win this. More details later. Speaking of multi-effects pedals, there is of course still, excuse me, what have I done with it? I can't find it. Oh, here it is. There is still this effects pedal that you can win. What you need to do is basically record a solo. I did a lesson a few days ago, last week or sometime, or maybe the week before, I forget, on modal theory and practice, where I basically hopefully make the whole topic of modes nice and accessible and easy to get your head around. And there's a link to that video in the description here, and basically just download the jam track from below that video and the fingerings, the scale patterns and everything. Watch the video so you know you're understanding what you're going to be doing. Record a solo, send it to me at the email address you can see on screen, and the best solo wins this fantastic little pedal. It's again in the description box below. There's a link to a demo of this pedal. You can hear it does make some rather nice noises. The closing date for this competition is when this channel tips over 9,000 subscribers. We're at about 8,500 and something at the moment. So, you know, when it goes to 9,000, I'll take a listen to all the entries and decide who's going to get the pedal. Guitars for Good Causes. Yes, this pedal was actually donated to that campaign by another viewer to the channel. Once again, you know who you are. Thank you very much. If you don't know what Guitars for Good Causes is, it's a GoFundMe campaign that I'm running where basically people can donate money, or in this case, or case of that pedal there, equipment to the channel. I then review it, and then basically it gets sold on with proceeds going to Zoe's Place Baby Hospice, which is a charity in Middlesbrough that provides palliative, respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses. A fantastically worthy cause. When I draw the winner for this competition here, what I'm going to do is make a suitable donation to Zoe's Place in return for the pedal, so I can then give it away. Haven't decided what the competition is going to be for the big multi-effects there that I showed earlier, but it will end up with a donation of some description going to Zoe's Place. So there you go, that's Guitars for Good Causes. And I will just close on the usual note by saying that if you would like some tailored one-to-one guitar tuition, then get in touch with me via the details at the end of this video. If you live on Teesside in the northeast of England, you can come along for a face-to-face lesson, or wherever you are in the world you can have a lesson via Skype, and whichever way you do it, your first lesson is of course free, so you got nothing to lose. And with that, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you very much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again next time around. Bye for now, folks.